It's the largest Pro-Am series in the country.
Craig, what does that I've talked with Devin about the demand on the staff for this. What does it that kind of volume and that big of a project, what does that draw from the officers?
Well, I mean, we couldn't do it without our staff. We have an amazing staff that, I mean, I pretty much decided they live here this week.
Well, I think they do.
And
yeah.
But for us, we still have jobs. We still have to go to work. I mean, I've got over here when I can. I'm thrilled to be here as much as I can, but the staff basically runs this. We help them when we can. Like I said, I was here yesterday. I'll be here today. I'll be here all day tomorrow. And I think most of the officers feel the same way I do. We're just a small part in what they do. We may help them with the means to do it. But
I was going to say they can't do that without support of the officers.
And so, but like I say, they make our section look very good.
And Devin, a lot of the players in the tournament use the Pro-Ams as practice rounds, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is about the practice rounds and them playing in the Pro-Ams, the friendships that have been built over the last 20 years with back and forth. I have so many golf professionals that, you know, they're requesting certain Pro-Am teams, and Pro-Am teams are requesting certain professionals. It's the camaraderie that happens here all week long that's been built up over the last 20 to 25 years that makes this thing so special.
So you can do that? You can request Pro-Am team members?
I'm not going to put that over the air, but
can I have Simon Kwan, Cole Ogden, and Zach Johnson?
Trust me, there's I have certain partners that their list comes in a text, and it's like, well, yeah, that's the same list that these other partners have too. So we'll draw some straws.
Exactly. Speaking of Simon Kwan, Cole Ogden, and Zach Johnson, should we spend some time on the leaderboard?
Yeah.
Holy cow. Scores are low. And it isn't that any given score is low. Simon Kwan leads with -8, 64. We have seen 64 shot here before in this event. That on its own is not terribly eye-catching. What is eye-catching to me, Devin and Craig, I want to get your thoughts on this, is how many low numbers there were. There were so many people. That really went low. I mean, a unit of measure I always like to look at is where even par sits. Even par sits at T54 right now. So there are 53 scores that are red. Just a real quick summary. The top five, Simon Kwan is -8 after 64 yesterday. Cole Ogden, former state Am champ, as is Simon Kwan. Cole Ogden, Zach Johnson, former champion of this event, they are at T2 -765. And the top five is rounded out with Brandon Robinson of the University of Utah, Brady McKinley, formerly of Utah Valley University, and Kihei Akina, young horse on his way to Brigham Young. They all are at T4 -666. That's what rounds out the top five. And then let me just throw some love to Matt Baird, who's on the staff here at Riverside, so playing his home course. He is with Blake Tomlinson, Zach Jones, Spencer Wallace, Noah Schoen, Boston Bracken, all at T7 -5. A lot of good names. We know those names.
Well, that's the thing I was just going to say. What you just read right there makes me so proud of, really, back to what you're talking about, you know, like Craig, this job and what we do. Those names that are on there are our junior golfers. Those are our people that have grown up in the state playing at college here or, you know, in the programs. And so that's what I'm most proud of to watch.
That is a really good point. Out of those 12 players that I just mentioned, just looking at it really quick here, only Matt Baird, who is a member of the section, and Brady McKinley, who played college golf here.
Correct.
Those are the only two who did not grow up here, go to high school here, and be a part of junior golf. And the section, of course, does so much in the junior golf world to help develop these players.
Yeah, it's fun to watch. Our PGA series has just grown and flourished over this last several years. And high school golf, everything we do, I mean, again, those kids are the high school golfers. They're the kids that, you know, we see every fall, and it's just fun to watch. And I just got to throw out a big shout out to our 2013 champion, Zach Johnson. It was so fun to see him at -7. and back in contention. And I would love to see him coming down the stretch on
Wouldn't
Sunday.
that be something fun? And speaking of these young kids, there's another stop I want to make real quick. A kid who only dreams of high school at this point, and that is 13-year-old Nicholas Miller. You guys gave him a sponsor exemption to invite him in, and he proved himself worthy.
Yes. Great young player. Excited to watch him today. It'll be my first time watching him in person, but to do what he has done at that age, it's just phenomenal. He's won on a national level.
He has.
13 years old. I'm really excited to see what he can do today.
He is a skinny little piece of spaghetti. I hope the wind doesn't blow. We might need to anchor him, but boy, howdy, he moves that golf club and he hits it. And he's playing from the tips, folks.
Right.
No quarter given.
Somebody asked me earlier, like, does he hit it far enough to play here? And I'm like, yeah, he hits it about 315 to 325 because I tee him off in the drive chip putt. You know, again, back to junior golf. This kid's doing drive chip putt. He was able to be at Augusta this year for drive chip putt.
And he finished second in his age group. The kid that beat him went Drano on 2 putts.
Or he wins that.
Or he wins that.
But I mean, it's plus 300. I mean, the kid is, like you said, he probably weighs about $110.
Maybe.
But he has some serious club. You know, it's kind of fun to watch. He reminds me so much of his grandpa, Johnny Miller.
We should mention he's got good DNA.
Yes.
So son of Todd Miller, the director of golf for Brigham Young University, and an All-American player when he was at BYU, and then his grandfather, as you mentioned, World Golf Hall of Famer Johnny Miller. But this kid's legit.
Yeah, it's fun to have him in the event, and you know, after he'd won back-to-back national events, there was a little rumblings from the group that this kid needs to be playing in the event. So our new sponsor had kind of threw that out in the air, and we joined in.
He shot a plus 476 yesterday, puts him at T103. How many make the cut after tonight?
60 in ties.
60 in ties. So right now, 60 falls
your even number.
Even number. Yeah, that exactly. So Nicholas will need to do some work to get to the cut. But you know, making the cut in this event is hard, and it's going to be extra hard this year. The fact that like you were saying, Devin, that people are looking around and saying he needs to be in our event.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I mean, he's a regular over here at Riverside. You see him on the putting green all day long over here. So the members here are pretty excited too.
Let's talk about some other people on this scoreboard. I want to pause for a minute on Cole Ogden, former state am champ. Can anybody say 29? He shot 29.
Craig, how about you? I can't.
I can't shoot 29. I'd have to quit after 5.
Exactly. Oh, I shoot 29 every time I play. Yes, I'm not nearly done. No, he shot 29 on the backside yesterday. And the thing that's crazy town here is that included 4 pars. Well, so how do you do it on that? He made 3 birdies and 2 eagles. He eagled both of the par 5s on the back, 13 and 15. Craig, that's golfing the ball.
That's getting it in the hole good.
Yeah.
I just don't think that golf. It just isn't that easy.
Yeah. It's firm. The greens are tricky. The hole locations are tricky.
Yeah.
And putting at Riverside is always
always
tough.
hard.
Always tough. Yeah.
Most of the greens, I think, I mean, in my experience here over the years, they're very, very subtle.
Oh,
And
quite.
We used to feel like if we were inside 4 feet, it was just inside left, inside right, and you had to hit it firm. But the greens are fast enough. That's hard to do.
Yeah.
And so that makes the putting here, to me, extremely tough. And so to look at the depth of the scores this year, I mean, I don't ever remember a year where we thought even par might be the cut. It's always been maybe, I don't remember it. Maybe it has.
Well, it has. Actually, it's been under par. But back to what you said again, I just can't believe how many people are like 68 and below.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just very there's just a lot of guys that are still in the event, which is awesome.
Well, let's take a look at 68. 68, there were 18 people who shot 68 or better. and that includes 2 former champions, Zakai Brown and Derek Fribbs. Derek's the defender, of course. Parker Bunn, who is coming back to Brigham Young after taking a trip to Oklahoma State. Blake Tomlinson, a former champion. He's at 67. A lot. Yeah, that is such a good point, Devin. There are so many. Let's say the number 68, so 4 under. That's a bunch.
Yes, it's a big number that just are bunched in there, and I just think that just goes to the quality of play and how good these guys are these days. So it will be fun to see. They always say Saturday's moving day, so let's see what they set themselves up for tomorrow.
Well, and even last year, look at what Derek Fribbs did the last.
Oh yeah,
he shot 10 under to win.
He did. Yeah, he came back. He when he was like 3-4 groups before the final group last year. Totally. And so he finished, and then he just sat there for a while and let everybody fall away.
Yep.
And again, going back to what you said, Craig, this golf course is not that easy.
No.
But that's what we do see here a lot. That's what makes this golf course fun. If somebody gets hot, that back nine, they can
get a goal.
Shoot 29, obviously.
Apparently.
But it is. There's all of a sudden you'll just see somebody just get going, and it's like last year. I mean, it looked like Fishburne all day long, and then all of a sudden, and we see that often here, where guys will just get on a run back there. And wouldn't it be fun to make that many birdies in a row?
Yeah. Well, Fribbs last year he made a 2 on 15, didn't he? And that sparked everything.
Was that last year he did that, or the other time he won? I can't remember.
He's won twice. Yeah, maybe it was. Now I might be conflating.
Low. He did go low.
Well, he went really low. All right. Before we set you guys loose, thank you so much for being with us. Let's remind people, Craig, tell them they can come out here and watch this great play that we're talking about for free.
Yeah. We would love to see a bunch of spectators. You can get to Riverside Country Club. Come on out. The admission is free. Come see a lot of great golf. You're going to see guys that have been on the tour. You're going to see guys that are headed to the tour, and some great players. I mean, just think of, we had 2 or 3 guys in the field, played in the U.S. Amateur just recently.
I think we had 4 or 5. Because Peter Kim,
Brandon Robinson.
Yeah, you're right. At least 4.
Yeah.
5, yeah. So, but a lot of great golf going on out here. Some of the best college players in the area, best professionals.
Zach Blair, Jadon Blake,
mm-hmm.
two
former tour. Well,
Zach's
not former, but
Jadon, PJ
here.
Tour players.
So, and Fish. So, Fish withdrew. So, anyway, but come out and see some great golf. We look forward to seeing you, and love to see a big crowd.
Thank you so much, Craig. Craig, we so appreciate you being with us. Craig Nelson, president of the Utah Section PGA. Craig Norman. Why did I say that? Craig Norman.
You know who he is.
I know. I'm looking right. Anyway, Devin DeLynn, executive director, Utah Section PGA. Listen, what you guys do, what the section does, what your colleagues, your members do every day of the year, 24/7, 365. Every day to make Utah golf what it is. It matters all the time. We're so grateful for what you do. But boy, howdy, it's on display this week.
It is on display. And I know Craig feels the same way, but to be in my position and be the executive director and represent our group makes me very proud. We got a great group.
Well, it makes me very grateful for what you guys and your colleagues do. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us.
All right. That's Craig Norman, president of the Utah Section PGA, and Devin DeLynn, the executive director of the Utah Section. Thank you so much for being with us, guys.
Thanks, Paul.
All right.
I didn't mean to crash the party.
No, we're so glad. We're so glad you could come.
We're into
Devin.
party crashing.
Okay. Jan.
Thank you.
We need to do ourselves a little UPod update.
Give me an update. I need some scores. Want to see my U-Pots on the leaderboard and watch them play. Yeah. Whoa, give me an update. I need some scores. Want to see my U-Pots on the leaderboard and watch them play. Yeah.
The UPod update brought to us by our good friends at Scott Golf. Check them out at scottgolf.com. This is a Utah product. Beautiful, wonderful, sweet feeling clubs. Jan, How the U-Pots?
Well, I mean, we could go back to Kurt Cragthorpe's from last week and his moral dilemma.
Moral
And
dilemma. Do we cheer
the
for
moral
Tony?
dilemma has been solved. Tony did that himself. He finished T64 plus 6, 286 on a round of 69, 68, 73, and 76, which did put him outside the cut for Eastlake.
Yeah. Well,
Or, I'm sorry,
for the BMW. Yeah.
BMW.
And
so we don't know. So there is that question of whether Tony will come to the Bank of Utah Championship or
so
not.
Tony now has the option, and he's not obligated to play in the fall series to increase his position in the FedEx Cup rankings. And we will see
How it goes. Okay. So last week for the Corn Ferry Tour, the boys were at the Pinnacle Bank Championship. Cole Ponich finished T61 -1, 283 on rounds of 72, 68, 67, and 76. We already mentioned that Zach had missed the cut. Daniel Summerhays finished at T43 -5, 279 on rounds of 67, 71, 69, and 72. And then Peter Quest finished solo second, -18, 266 on rounds of 63, 70, 66, and 67.
how great is it to
How
see Peter
incredible
Quest
was
being
that?
Peter Quest?
It's like he's been in a hibernating for the last 18 months, and he just woke up. But what a wonderful finish! But the question is that this did a lot of wonderful things for him. But what does he need to do to maintain and keep his KFT card?
Well, he needs another. Actually, this second place finish puts him in the top 75 on the Corn Ferry Tour. He will have full status on the Corn
Awesome.
Ferry Tour next year.
Wonderful.
What he has in front of him now is the opportunity to make noise in the Corn Ferry playoffs to perhaps get into position to get a tour card, which of course is the goal.
Yeah.
And he has shown that he has the ability to compete on the big tour. He's competed very well when he has had the opportunity to play. What he needs is the status, the ability to get to that tour. But a big step for Peter Quest, former champion of this event, to get it, to make sure that he's got the Corn Ferry for next year.
Exactly. Okay, so this week the boys are at the Boise Open. Daniel Summerhays currently sits T102 -2, 140 on a round of 73 and 67. Peter Quest is also there, and he is T69 -5, 137 on rounds of 66 and 71. Preston Summerhays is there, but he did withdraw, and per Kurt Cragthorpe, if it is an injury, the good thing is that he'll have until mid-September before the Corn Ferry playoffs
Okay.
to get some healing done.
We wish Preston well. We hope to find out what's going on there. Okay.
And then on the Americas Tour, Connor Howe finished solo second on the BioSteel Championship. He finished -20, 260 on rounds of 65, 67, 66, and 62.
Closed strong. Yeah, Connor Howe, Ogden, of course. Really good to see him have a nice high finish on the Americas Tour. This will assure that he has Americas Tour status as well.
Okay. Mike Weir was at the Boeing Classic last week. He finished T43 -1, 215 on rounds of 70, 74, and 71. This week he's at the Rogers Charity Classic. He sits T48. He's even at the moment sits at 70, one round of 70.
Okay. All right. We need to give some love, Jan.
Yes, let's.
Let's give some love to the Zions Bank Player of the Week. That is Utah Tech player Samantha Phelan. She won the Mary Lou Baker Open at Talons Cove, a one-shot victory over Allie Mulhall. Phelan finished at -10, 206 on the 54-hole event. And for this, she is the Zions Bank Player of the Week, presented by Fairways Magazine. Congratulations to Samantha Phelan. We are going to hear from her. And on the when we come back after this, we're going to go to a break. When we come back, we will hear from Samantha Phelan about her win at the Mary Lou Baker Open. We also will hear from Martine Leon, who won the Salt Lake City Open, where we were last week. So Martine Leon and Samantha Phelan, when we come back, you are listening to Utah Golf Radio, powered by T-Box on the Rocky Mountain Golf Network.
The story isn't always about what was said.
And our next guest knows a thing or two about RSL. My buddy Jason Christ, back on the show.
Oftentimes, it's about who was saying.
Joined now by a very special guest, the commissioner of the Big 12, Brett Yormark, here on the home of the Utes, ESPN 700.
The biggest names in the world of sport tell their story on The Drive with Spence Checkett.
Sitting right across from me in the middle of the studio is Frank Layden. Coach, great to see you.
Yes, I'm here to represent the homeless.
Weekdays 2 to 6 on ESPN 700 and 92.1 FM.
Elite means the best, and Utah Elite Services lives up to the name. They're your go-to experts for asphalt and concrete work across Utah. Need crack sealing, seal coating, striping, or asphalt repairs? Or maybe it's a concrete tear-out and replacement. They do it all. Serving commercial, retail, HOA, and residential clients, call Utah Elite Services today for a free, no-obligation quote at 801-821-8670. That's 801-821-8670.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part, they accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right. So we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
When you see the land from a distance, you think, this should have a golf course on it. Then you get up close, and you're glad it does. Beautiful Davis County with wooded rolling hills, giving us two treasures of Utah golf, Davis Park and Valley View. A great place to learn or excel. Available to all, matched by none. Go to davisparkutah.com or valleyviewutah.com and make your tee time today.
At Uinta Golf by Worldwide Golf, the new Titleist T-Series irons have arrived. The new T-Series irons have a new seamless design and solid forged feel, delivering improved distance, closer proximity to the hole, and confidence to hold the green. Swing by Uinta Golf to be the first to test drive the new Titleist T-Series irons. Trusted by golfers since 1971 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Uinta Golf by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
Do you have sinking concrete or foundation that's causing you grief? Well, don't break it. Raise it. Polylift Concrete is Utah's premier concrete repair company. From raising and sealing to foundation repair, Polylift uses a deep foam injection method that saves you money, time, and it's eco-friendly. Raise your concrete and your hopes with the best. Polylift at poly-lift.com.
Guys, time out. You give your best to your work, your family, and your responsibilities, but when it's time for you, treat yourself at Game Day Men's Health, the nation's leading men's clinic. We help get you back in the game with a custom game plan built around your labs, your goals, and your performance. Testosterone, peptides, real optimization. Come in today for a free testosterone test and consultation. If you mention ESPN 700, they're going to give you 50% off your first year of membership. GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Let's get you back to your best.
Listen to ESPN 700 and 92.1 FM from home now with your smart speaker. Just tell it to enable the ESPN 700 skill. Then say, hey, Alexa, play ESPN 700, or hey, Google, play ESPN 700. And stay connected with Utah's #1 sports talk wherever you are. 14 days to kickoff for Utah football. Right here on your home of the Utes, ESPN 700 and 92.1 FM. Presented by CamClad. You're listening to Paul and Jan on Utah Golf Radio.
Yeah. Utah Golf Radio. Coming back at you from Riverside. We're here for the Utah Open. Balls are in the air. Simon Kwan leads after round one. He shot a -864, and there is a bunch of people grouped up behind him. This is a really packed leaderboard. Lots going on here. You can come down and watch free of charge. You want to come and see some great golf, this is a time and a place to do it. Riverside Country Club is spectacular, as always, and you can come and watch these great players here. Come on down to Riverside today. We are coming to you in partnership with Utah's leading golf organizations, the Utah Golf Association, the Utah Section PGA, Fairways Media, the Utah Golf Foundation, the Utah Golf Course Superintendents Association, the Utah Junior Golf Association, and First Tee Utah. This first hour of the show is presented by Salt Lake City Golf. Check them out at slcgolf.com and the Salt Lake City Golf app. And we are powered, as always, by T-Box. Check them out at tbx.golf. T-Box, where they have solved and cracked the code on the whole golfer experience, clubs, coaching, and community at T-Box. Jan, this last week, there were a couple of big deal championships that were going on. We had both the Salt Lake City Open. Of course, we were at Bonneville last week for the first round of the Salt Lake City Open, and it was concluded on Sunday. We had a podcast about that. Folks, make sure you're subscribing to the Utah Golf Radio podcast so you can get the updates during the week on these kinds of things when they happen. Martin Leon won it, Jan, and he won it going away.
I saw that. That was, well, I mean, Martin Leon is, did he not win this one?
But this one being
Maybe Utah Open. What did he win that was down here? Was it State Am?
He won a State Am at Alpine.
Okay, that's what it was. It was down here though.
Yeah,
in Utah County. That's why. That's what I remember.
You are bunching Utah County all together.
Well, yeah, Alpine is in Utah County.
It is, but there's an awfully lot. Okay.
Anyway,
moving on. Martin Leon shot minus 17, 127 for a tournament record. And he did it by starting with tying the competitive course record of 62, and he chased that with a 65. That was good for a 9-shot margin of victory over Austin Shelley, who came in at minus 866. Mitchell Scow, a former champion of the Salt Lake City Open, he was at minus 7, 137. And Spencer Wallace.
For Martin Leon, this was like coming home, because isn't Bonneville the course that they play when they are at the U? They play Country Club.
Well, their home course is the Country Club,
okay.
But they do play at Bonneville a lot. Mm-hmm. And we talked with Martin following his victory, and talked about this incredible margin of victory. And look, he had this thing wrapped up midway through the back nine, and yet he finished with 5 birdies in the last 6 holes. Finished, and the last 3 were birdie. Mm-hmm. So it really was a total spank down. But let's roll that tape. Here is Martin Leon following his win in the Salt Lake City Open. Martin, 2 in a row, a successful defense. You're pretty comfortable here.
Yeah, I really like Bonneville. Since I moved here 5 years ago, I would come and play here pretty much every weekend during the summer with some friends, and yeah, I think I just got used to the place.
Last year as an Am, this year as a pro. This is your first pro event. Tell us your plans now as a professional.
So I'm doing Utah Open next week, then I'm doing European Tour Q School, and based on how I play next week and for European Tour Q School, I'll potentially sign up for PGA Tour Q School. From there, I just got to figure it out. I'll see what tournaments are here, or if not, I'll just go back to Chile and play some pro events down there.
Obviously, your game is clicking on all cylinders, but your wedge game is especially dialed, baby. What's going on there?
I wouldn't say the wedge, but the putter was pretty hot this week.
You were peppering the pin on the backside.
Yeah, it was funny. I think I had the same distance all the time, around 85 to 95 yards. So it was pretty much the same shot all the time. And thank God the pins were on the back, because the greens were so firm. You had no chance to stop it. So thanks, Lindsay, for putting the pins in the back.
So this is a tournament record, 127, like 17 under. Did you know that playing, or is this the first time you've heard of it?
I did not know that. I remember Mitch played pretty well 2 years ago. I played with him, I remember. Yeah, actually, I didn't know. Great to know.
It was 129. You just shot 127, so beat it by 2.
Mitch had it,
yeah, and Mitch had it. Yeah, so.
You play especially well with those 2 scores. Of what's been going well for you lately, just overall in your game?
I think I've just been playing a lot of golf this summer. I think this is my first full week in Utah in the last 6 to 7 weeks. And last week I played a tournament down in South America, and I felt pretty good. And I just think this week nothing was very different. I just think I was making a lot more putts, especially like long range putts, like outside 10 feet. And I've been driving the ball well this weekend, and I think that really helps out here.
So do you think this stamp shoe is one of the favorites for the Utah Open next week?
No, I don't think so. I every year I kind of struggle a little bit with Riverside, but I'm excited. Like, it's a really big event, and it's always, personally, it's my favorite event here in Utah. I would probably put it over the State Am, but yeah, Riverside, I sometimes struggle over there, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see what I can do next week and the week after.
So you've been living here the last couple of years since you came back. Is that right? You went to USF, didn't you? So.
Yeah, so I did my under.
You've been in Utah recently, I guess.
Yeah. So I got my undergrad at DU, graduated 2023, then spent 1 year at Rutgers, and then I spent this past year in San Francisco, and I moved back here over the summer, and hopefully I can stay here much longer. Just got to figure it out. If I can, just play here, or, we'll see.
Can you remind us how old you are?
I'm 23.
You've got a well-stamped passport. What is it that makes Utah feel like home for you, which we're glad about? We like you being around, but I'm curious why you choose to be here.
I think I've said it the same thing every time I get asked that question. Just the people here have been super welcoming, and the support system here is great. I really enjoy Utah overall. It kind of reminds me a little bit as home, but just the teams I had in the past, like they all stuck around, and again, they're all super supportive. You guys as well. Like, you guys didn't really have, I'm just one random kid from Chile, and when you get since I went to the U, you guys have been awesome to me, and then I went to Jersey, then I went to California, and you don't really feel that same hospitality. So, I really like being here, and that's why eventually one day I hope I can say I can fully move back here.
Well, we'd love you to come. Look, you're not some random kid. You're State Am champ, 2-time City Open champ. Ute, you're one of us.
Yeah, I appreciate that, guys.
Jan, Martin Leon, love to hear him say that he thinks he's found a home, and he hopes it works out for him, that he will always be here in Utah. If it does or it doesn't, boy, he's made a stamp on the game here.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like I mentioned before. I mean, he talked about Bonneville being the course he loves the most, and that he played it since he first got here. And so I did make mention of that. I mean, maybe there is something to the comfort of, this being a really warm and wonderful course for him.
Yeah, exactly. That is good stuff. Turning our attention now to the Mary Lou Baker, Samantha Phelan, who a Utah Tech player, of course. And we haven't seen her for a while. She last time that she played here was in the Epson Tour event at Copper Rock, and it turns out we're going to hear here in a minute talk about she's been hurt, and so she had wrist surgery, and that's why she hasn't been playing. But apparently she is doing pretty well. She won the Mary Lou that was staged at Talons Cove. She shot -10.206 in the 54-hole stroke play event on rounds of 69, 70, and 67. Good for a one-shot victory over Allie Mulhall, playing as a professional now, of course. Mulhall came in at -9.207 to round out the top five. Ashley Lamb and Siriporn Luanginam plays at Southern Utah, and they were at T3 -7.209, and then Faith Vui and Jiayi Wang were at T5 to 11. But let's go back to Samantha and Allie. It came down to the last hole.
Right. And I was listening to your podcast, and the interesting thing is, didn't Allie Mulhall lose to Kelsey Chug at Talons Cove?
And that's exactly
well?
the point here. Yes.
Yeah,
So
on the last hole.
yeah, the 18th hole at Talons has been really costly for Allie Mulhall.
It has.
In the last 2 times she's played there, she just lips out a good putt on the last hole to lose the State Am to Kelsey last year, and then to lose the Mary Lou to Samantha Phelan this year. Yeah, tough stuff for Allie Mulhall there on 18 at
But
Talons.
she's professional for a reason. She's got a really good game, and
We're
this is
not
just one
through.
tournament. This is one tournament.
Exactly.
Yep.
We are not through. We are not
Not even
hearing
close.
about Allie Mulhall.
No.
Let's roll that tape with Allie Mulhall. This is
Samantha.
Samantha. Pardon me. I was looking right at the
I know.
leaderboard.
That's okay.
I do that. Let's roll that tape with Samantha Phelan. This is
This was my first tournament since I played in the Epson back in May at Copper Rock that I was lucky enough to play in from the Utah Tech exemption spot. Then I had wrist surgery in May after that. So this was my first tournament back since the wrist surgery. So I was just hoping to put up some good scores and get through the tournament without any pain. And the first 2 days just really set me up for a good mindset going into the last day. I played Talons Cove quite a few times now, and I really enjoy the course a lot. I really felt confident that I could go low at that course. I think it caters to my game really well. So yeah, it was those first 2 days really helped set up the fun grind of the last day.
Well, I was going to ask you. I was going to say, hey, we haven't seen you since Copper Rock. What you been up to? So I appreciate that update. Are you okay? What was the surgery for?
I actually had a tumor in my wrist. I had this 2 years ago, and I had surgery and I had it removed, and we hoped it didn't grow back, but it did. So I had to get surgery again. But I was sad to miss some of the Utah State Am is always one of my favorite tournaments of the year, and I didn't get to play in that one. But I was happy I got to play in this one, especially before returning to school as a junior at Utah Tech. So in this tournament win was really just great momentum going into the school year.
Yeah, wow. We sure hope you'll be okay at this. Apparently, you can swing all right, but how was the pain over 54 holes? Three really solid days.
Yeah, the pain was good. My type of swing, I don't take giant divots when I swing. Definitely more of like a balanced swing. So that's kind of nice when you have wrist surgery because it doesn't put as much pressure on the wrist. So yeah, I've just been working with my coach these last 3.5 weeks, getting my coach here in Vegas, Pan Bowers, getting my swing back in check. So yeah, the recovery was it was tricky not being able to play the sport I love for quite a few weeks, but happy to be back. It's a great start.
Let's skip forward to the back nine of the third and final round because this was really something impressive. The way it all played out. You and Allie Mulhall were having a heavyweight slugfest, and going into the back nine, she had played her way into a tie for the lead and then ultimately pulling ahead at one point. Picking us up on number 10 for the third round. Tell us what you were thinking there.
Yeah, so I told myself I wasn't going to check the live scoring, even though I did know how the other girls in my group were doing. But I checked after 9, and I saw it was tight. And hole 10, I had a big, about 10-footer for par. And when I drained that, I think that just really boosted my confidence for those last 8 holes. That was a big putt, and I think I gained a stroke on one of my other competitors in the group, and that really just helped with the momentum for those last 8 holes. Obviously had 4 birdies on the back 9 there, dropped some pretty good length to the putts, and not the last hole. Last hole was a 3-footer, but yeah, it was a grind. But I had no idea that last putt was for the win, actually, to take the tournament by 1 stroke. And I don't know, maybe that would have, I don't know if that would have affected me. I guess we'll never know if I knew that was for the win. But yeah, it was fun.
So your back 9 was a clean card, the 4 birdies you noted and 5 pars.
in particular, I mean, you birdied 12, nice birdie there, and then the 2 par 5s, reasonable, but you still got to execute. But 18 is a real solid hole, a terrific finishing hole. Tell us the situation on each of your shots there, and how. Tell us about that birdie on 18.
Yeah. Well, started off good with a big drive down the middle. It did kind of trickle off into the rough on the right side. But my dad caddied for me, and we were talking about just going at the center of the green, playing it safe, not getting too cute with it. But I had different plans in my head, and I went straight for that flag, 120 yards with a pitching wedge. And I obviously, it's with that incline, I didn't see how close it was till I got up there. But yeah, and then making that putt it was a downhill putt too. I'm like, just get it close and just make sure you don't have a pressure par putt coming back. But luckily it dropped right there in the center of the cut for birdies.
Okay, so that closed it out for her. A birdie on the tough 18th hole at Talon's Cove to win the Mary Lou. That is some sparkling play there, Jan.
That would have been a lot of fun to watch.
No kidding, right?
Yeah, I love when it goes down to the wire.
Well, Martine Leon was a blowout, a runaway, but Samantha Phelan at the Mary Lou birdied the last to win by 1. Good stuff. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back on the other side, we're going to talk little things and stuff. You are listening to Utah Golf Radio, powered by T-Box on the Rocky Mountain Golf Network.
Quest for a Big 12 title has begun with Camp Kyle. It's a whole new offense led by preseason Big 12 Newcomer of the Year quarterback Devin Dampier and new offensive coordinator Jason Beck. Our coverage of Camp Kyle is brought to you by Keto's Brewing, Mountain Land Supply, Advanced Window Products, Jerry Seiner Cadillac, and Sound Warehouse on your home of the Utes, ESPN 700 and 92.1 FM.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle or forget extra diapers. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never, ever become a minivan mom. So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Come with me to Talon's Cove. You'll love this place, the host of several professional and amateur championships. It's a beautiful link-style course on the shores of Utah Lake. It's fun, fair, and challenging. It's also the perfect place for your event, banquet, or wedding, with all the facilities to make your day special and get that perfect picture. To learn more, call Corrine at 801-407-3030. That's 801-407-3030, or go to talonscove.com.
Broadway Media is not just 7 live and local radio stations and digital media. We also offer access to hundreds of thousands of Wasatch Front commuters every day with high-impact digital billboards. Each billboard is crafted by our world-class graphic designer to give you a more captivating visual impact. Combine your billboard campaign with radio and digital, your message will have the ultimate reach. Be heard and be seen with Broadway Media, your all-in-one advertising solution. For digital billboards, email Rachel at bwaymedia.com. That's RACHEL at bwaymedia.com. For other advertising, go to BroadwayMediaGroup.com.
At Uinta Golf by Worldwide Golf, the new Titleist T-Series irons have arrived. The new T-Series irons have a new seamless design and solid forged feel, delivering improved distance, closer proximity to the hole, and confidence to hold the green. Swing by Uinta Golf to be the first to test drive the new Titleist T-Series irons. Trusted by golfers since 1971 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Uinta Golf by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Warren Treaty. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. Only Novo Nordisk makes FDA-approved Ozempic. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection, 0.5 milligrams.
Since 1983, the University of Utah Crimson Club is the organization that builds champions in the classroom, competition, and in our community. Here are 3 ways you can support Utah student athletes. Impact generation through scholarships, facilities, tickets, and sport excellence funds. Retain champions through NIL. Build your business as a corporate sponsor. Utah family, let the nation hear you through the mountains, near and far. Join the Crimson Club today. Visit UtahCrimsonClub.com or text 801-585-UTES.
Miss us from 2 to 6? Not a problem. Everything you hear on the Drive Daily edition, you can get in podcast form at ESPN700sports.com, Apple Pods, Spotify, or wherever you listen.
I'm doing stuff. Things. 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 Stuff. Things. 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 Or things. Things. It's stuff. Stuff. Things. Things. Stuff. Things. Things. Stuff.
Yeah. Utah Golf Radio coming back at you from Riverside Country Club, this beautiful, incredible place. We are here celebrating the Utah Open. Balls are in the air where Simon Kwan leads by 1 after the first round. He shot a -864, and there's a whole bunch of low scores going on out there. Really tight leaderboard at the top, lots of birdies, and this is a place you can come and watch for free. Come on down to Riverside today and check this out. We are coming to you in partnership with Utah's leading golf organizations, the Utah Golf Association, the Utah Section PGA, Fairways Media, the Utah Golf Foundation, the Utah Golf Course Superintendents Association, the Utah Junior Golf Association, and First Tee Utah. This first hour of the show is presented. We're on the second hour of the show already, Jen.
Well, close. It's 8:54, so technically it's still the first half. So still Salt Lake City Golf.
Okay.
We haven't heard Billy Joel yet, so that's how I know.
Okay, and we need to talk ourselves a little things and stuff. Things and stuff, of course, brought to us by our good friends at Uinta Golf. And Jan, there's some interesting things happening at Uinta Golf.
Yes, and we have, and I'm jumping ahead because we have Eric here. But one of the things they have on sale is the Chrome Tour. It's the new Chrome Tour ball, and they have 2 boxes, 2 dozen for $95, and this is only until September 1st. Now, the question I have about this is that I was told by a couple different grounds crew that the most found ball on the golf course is a Callaway. Is that true?
That's in fact true.
It is in fact true. Okay.
No, why?
Is it because no, wait. It could be because a lot of people like to play Callaway.
Yeah,
that could be it. Or there's a thing with the Callaway ball that, like the ball itself, likes to be hidden in the rough somewhere or lost. Maybe it's the ball's fault. I don't know. But anyway, you can. So this is a good opportunity for you to get 2 dozen for $95. Any of the Chrome Soft, the Chrome Tour ball, and it's brand new. That there's a really wonderful a fitting on worldwidegolfshops.com. But now Eric has validated my.
Okay, this is Eric Gifford, of course, the GM of Riverside and formerly the superintendent here at Riverside.
Yeah, that's why I went. Super.
And we're actually a little bit ahead of ourselves. We're going to talk with Eric about things happening about Riverside. There's a lot happening here, and I got a little ahead of ourselves here. Got our segments confused.
Well, no, it wasn't. It was tough because it was a lead-in, but it wasn't a lead-in because that was my thing. I just knew that about Callaway, and I wanted to confirm if that was actually true. Here at Riverside, the answer is yes.
Or maybe it's that better players play the Pro Vs, and so they're not losing them as much.
Yeah, whatever.
I say that because I play a Pro V, and I'm just making it up. I don't know what I'm talking about here at all. Okay, so Jan, let's go back to the deal at
Uinta.
At Uinta.
Yes, so
for
any
these
of their
Callaways.
5 locations, you can get the 2 Callaway Chrome Soft or Chrome Tour for $95 until September 1st.
Okay.
So 2 for $95. That's 2 dozen balls. That's 24 opportunities to let someone find another Callaway.
Okay, go on in to Uinta, any of their 5 stores all around the state: Riverdale, Sugar House, Sandy, Orem, and St. George. and check out this good deal on the Callaway balls. All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back on the other side, we will really sit down with Eric Gifford and with Chad Severson, the superintendent. We're going to talk all things Riverside. When we come back on the other side, you are listening to Utah Golf Radio, powered by T-Box on the Rocky Mountain Golf Network.
Are you listening to Utah's #1 sports talk on the ESPN 700 app? Go to the App Store or Google Play and download the ESPN 700 app for free and take us with you and listen wherever you are. Live programming, podcasts, game highlights, and more. It's the ESPN 700 mobile app, available for free right now in the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. Take ESPN 700 and 92.1 FM with you wherever you go with the ESPN 700 app.
Ute fans, Saturday, August 30th at 6:30. It's the last call before football prospective member open house at the Ken Garff University Club. Join the club that night, and you'll get into the Utah-UCLA watch party for free. RSVP now at KenGarffUniversityClub.com.
You're the backyard big shot, the patio perfectionist, the envy of barbecue hosts all over the neighborhood. When it comes to your lawn, power moves are the only moves you make. That's why you just applied IFA Spring and Summer Lawn Food for healthy turf that stays green all summer. IFA Spring and Summer Lawn Food. It's the ultimate lawn owner power move.
GolfGlenmore.com. That's where you can make tee times, find information on men's, ladies, indoor and outdoor league play, junior golf programs, and check out Glenmore's new state-of-the-art indoor golf facility featuring TrackMan. Glenmore Golf Club welcomes players at every level: golf instruction, driving range, indoor TrackMan. Glenmore Golf Club is a gorgeous 18-hole golf course nestled in South Jordan at 9800 South, 4800 West. Call 801-280-1742 and golfglenmore.com.
To every referee, umpire, and judge in high school sports, we want to say, we see you.
We see everything you do for us that goes unnoticed.
We see the positive role models that you are.
We see the way you get unfairly criticized just for doing your job.
The truth is, we couldn't play without you.
So thank you for investing your time in us.
Thank you for protecting the integrity of the game, no matter what.
We hope you always know how much we appreciate you.
Because without you, this is just recess. It's not really a game.
Thank you for always making it possible for us to play the sports we love.
Want to serve the students in your community? Sign up to become an official in Utah at highschoolofficials.com.
Roosters Brewing Co. is celebrating 30 years this summer, throwing it back to 1995 and historic 25th Street where it all began. Roosters now has 2 family-friendly brew pub locations as well as a 21-plus tap room in Ogden. Try their summer seasonals, including Hibiscus Sour or one of their originals, Tubit Amber, on a special anniversary run this summer. Fresh food pairings and throwbacks to the original menu are being featured all summer long. Cheers to 30 years, and find their Utah local, hyper-independent brews at a store near you.
You're listening to the home of the University of Utah, KALL North Salt Lake, KXRK HD3, ESPN 700 and 92.1 FM. You're listening to Utah Golf Radio.
It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. That means Utah Golf Radio coming to you live today from the Riverside Country Club, where we are here to celebrate the Utah Open. Balls are in the air for round 2 of this 54-hole stroke play championship. Simon Kwan of Brigham Young University leads by 1 after the first round. We are coming to you in partnership with Utah's leading golf organizations, the Utah Golf Association, the Utah Section PGA, Fairways Media, the Utah Golf Foundation, the Utah Golf Course Superintendents Association, the Utah Junior Golf Association, and First Tee Utah. This second hour of the show is presented by Mountainland Power Equipment. Check them out at mountainlandpowerequipment.com. All the equipment, all the machines you need to do the summer projects you know you've got to get done before summer slips away.
Because it's August.
It's August. It's Utah Open Week.
That's true. You're forgiven.
Mountainland Power Equipment and get the stuff you need. We are powered by T-Box. Check them out at tbx.golf with facilities around the state. T-Box has cracked the code on the whole golfer experience with clubs, coaching, and community. Check out a T-Box near you. Jan, we are so happy now to sit down with a couple of really important people in the Utah game for all that they do. We are sitting with Eric Gifford, the GM of Riverside Country Club, and Chad Severson, the superintendent of Riverside Country Club. Gentlemen, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Eric, let's start with you. You're the boss. It turns out you have a tie and a jacket, and you came to this position on a really unusual path. And maybe it shouldn't be unusual, but the reality is it is not normal for people to become GMs from the green grass side, from the superintendent side. And you did. You've been superintendent here. You were most recently superintendent at the Country Club in Salt Lake. And now you're back at Riverside and the GM. Tell us about that path.
Yeah. So the path isn't super popular, like you mentioned. The general manager currently at Salt Lake Country Club, he is a former general manager or a golf course superintendent as well.
Oh, Scott Stambaugh.
Yeah, Scott Stambaugh is superintendent for like 30 years.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
General manager.
Mhm.
One of my mentors, he was at the Olympic Club during the U.S. Open in 2012. Pat Finlan, also president of the Golf Course Superintendents Association of America. He was a former superintendent who became a general manager at the City Club. And he was a big mentor of mine and kind of showed me that it was possible and got me excited for it.
Showed you that it's possible. That's an interesting way to put it. Was that not something you had thought about earlier in your career?
Briefly, but I didn't know there was no clear path to it. People make a generalization about superintendents that they're like the Bill Murray's character off of
Okay, Carl, sure.
So they're
Okay.
not, they view us as Carl Spacklers and not in the clubhouse doing wine pairings or, in charge of the restaurant. So that's why it seems to be a little bit more of a tougher path.
That's really interesting that you would describe it that way. Tell us about your educational background. Because it strikes me that academically, these are two divergent paths. You've got to have a lot of chemistry. You've got to have an agronomy degree is really technical and difficult. And then normally it's a business degree, is it not, for being a general manager? Help me understand that.
Yeah. So general managers, they're typically either business or hospitality is their major. So
okay.
On a golf course, especially a private country club like this, that's so distinguished, it's all about hospitality anyways. So I have a quote that I stole from a podcast a long time ago that how you do anything is how you do everything. So what made me successful as a superintendent also will translate over to the GM side because it's all hospitality at the end of the day. My degree was in horticulture, specifically turf management. But I took hospitality classes in college. I made an A in wine tasting class.
Wait. Let's pause here for a minute. There was a wine tasting class?
Yeah. It was international beverages.
Was there a waiting list?
There's a waiting list. It was once a week on Thursday nights.
Okay.
7:30 p.m. And
that's great that they do it at night. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it was great. Learned a lot.
That is really interesting. Let's move now. I want to talk about something in the history here at Riverside that remains remarkable to me, but I want to bring Chad into this discussion. Chad, you tell us about your arc. You're the superintendent here now. You've been here for a while. Tell us about your pathway.
Yeah, so I've been here for 4 years now.
Okay.
I came from Red Ledges previously. I was at Red Ledges for about 13 years. Started there as an intern, actually, and worked my way up.
Oh, really?
A superintendent. Yep. I'm originally from South Dakota. Once I moved out here, I went to Utah State. So I actually have a bachelor's degree in plant science from Utah State, as well as a bachelor's degree in business from South Dakota. Went there right out of high school. So, but yeah, it's been 4 years. It's been great. Riverside is a wonderful place, and I've really enjoyed my time here so far.
Riverside is a wonderful place. One of the things that makes it so good, and there are many, but one of the things is the conditioning, Chad, and ultimately that stands on your shoulders. Now, granted, Chris Moody in the pro shop's going to hear complaints, and you're gonna get a call or two in the GM office, but really, it stands on the shoulders of the superintendent, and the conditions matter at any and every golf course, but it really matters at this course, this event, this showcase championship. And I was able to play the course this week, and it is just superb, pristine. Tell us about getting it ready for the Utah Open.
First off, I'm glad I get to play.
Me too. Yeah, I love this course.
Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, Utah Open Week is definitely a big week for us. Riverside's schedule is interesting because not a lot of people might not know that our member guest is actually 2 weeks before the Utah Open. So,
yeah.
We really pack those in there, and that's when we really want to peak. But honestly, for me, I've always tried to manage a golf course in a way that I want every day to essentially kind of feel like it could be, sort of like Utah Open Week, because we never know when one of our members is going to be, they might only play a couple times a year. And for them,
Valid.
we want
Yeah.
that to be their Sunday of Utah Open Week. So we do put in a little more work for sure coming up to the Open, but for me, I really think it's kind of the consistency of Riverside, and what you do in the beginning of the year is going to pay off when we get to August, because if we're not ready, if we're not doing the right things in April and May and June, we're not going to be in a good position for August, no matter how much we try right before the Open. So for me, it's really just been consistent throughout the year.
That's a really interesting point, and I appreciate you making it. You've got to be preparing for August in April. Makes sense. How do you handle the traffic, the wear and tear on the golf course with the 8 pro-ams leading into the championship, and yet keep the course championship ready?
Yeah, the 8 pro-ams, it was that wasn't something they mentioned when I interviewed for the job. Not sure why, but
Yeah, they didn't want to scare you away.
Yeah, and it wasn't something I was aware of before that. But no, I mean, I actually think it's really impressive what the Utah Golf Association does with those 8 pro-ams, and for us to prepare for that, I mean, yeah, there is a lot of cart traffic, and there's a lot of golfers out there, and a lot of footsteps on the greens, but I really think it just goes back to the general condition of the course. We want Riverside to be, to be firm and fast and healthy throughout the year, and it kind of comes back to that same idea of preparing it in April and in May, and to be ready to handle all that traffic. Because if the golf course was soft and wet and things like that, it wouldn't handle traffic very well. But because
that's a good point.
Kind of throughout the whole year, it handles the traffic pretty well.
I love that you can hear the ball hit the green. That anecdotal rather than a technical measure, but it is for me. I think, oh man, that green is firm. That's the way it should be. If you can hear it hit when you're hitting a wedge in, say, that's nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, when you hear that ball land on the green from a little ways away, you can definitely tell the difference if you're walking on a green that's softer, and that really is part of what allows Riverside to host this event with the pro-ams and still have really good conditions for when the pros tee up without the amateurs.
That's cool. Well, it's remarkable. It absolutely incredible to play here anytime, but during Utah Open Week. for it to be in such good condition is really something. Eric, I want to go back to you, and I want to talk about an experience that when you were the superintendent. So I'm going to take you back to your wearing boots days. You remember, of course, when you guys put in the new irrigation system. And yeah, you're smiling here. And when you had the heavy equipment out on the golf course, redoing the lakes, which was of course part of the irrigation system. I played Riverside, call it 6 weeks before the Utah Open that year. And the place looked like a construction zone. You were mid irrigation system. And I'm thinking there's not enough white paint in the warehouse to mark this course. And yet, come Utah Open, there was no sign of it ever having been there. To me, that is one of the most remarkable accomplishments in the history of the Utah game, the way you got Riverside from the construction zone to the Utah Open that year. How did you do that?
It was really the staff. They really stepped up for us in a big way. They took pride in it. They wanted it to look perfect for the Utah Open. So we put in a lot of extra hours mending all the slits that are in the fairway where they pull the irrigation pipe in, aerifying those, rolling them constantly, watering them to get those to heal in time.
Okay, so can I pause you there? What is that process? Because there were a lot. The fairway was crisscrossed. I say the fairway. All the fairways were spider webbed, where these lines were pulled, and we were only 6 weeks out. And what's the process by which you heal that? Because couldn't see them by the time the Open came around.
Yeah, so as it's like kind of like a rudder on a boat is the best way to describe it, and it pulls the pipe in through the ground. Well, there's a lot of rocks here at Riverside. Chad could probably attest to that. So every time you pull that rudder through the soil, rocks are displaced and heaved up. So we took a very durable aerifier and drove it across that. It ridges up. We drove it across that, aerified it deep, and then rolled it with a 10-ton roller and watered it and just filled the gaps in with sand and seed to try to get them to heal.
Wow. Okay. It worked.
It did. Yeah.
So when those guys, I'm interested, Chad, you mentioned your interview. So when it comes time to interview for somebody to take a job like this, did they ask you, Chad, about this kind of major project and your ability to pull something off like that?
Yeah, it was definitely something that they asked about, and with my previous experience at Red Ledges, which is
I would say it's incredibly. You're coming from Red Ledges, so your standard is already high.
It was very high.
Yeah.
We did not host an event like this, but the standards were very high, which I felt like prepared me.
Well, the expectation for a member guest, for example, at a place like Red Ledges, that expectation will be very high. What does it mean to you guys to have the Utah Open here, to have the Utah golf community? Essentially, the Utah Open is the reunion of the Utah golf community every year. There's as much going on the patio as there is on the course. And what does it mean to you to open your gates free of charge? People can come down here. You've got the reunion going on, people coming down to watch the great golf who never will play the course, but they're seeing it. What does it mean to you? And Chad will start with you, to know that people are looking at your work out there on the golf course.
Yeah, it means a lot that we get the chance for some people to come out and see the course and watch some really good golf, and frankly to see some legends of the Utah game. I mean, I was out yesterday and Jadon Blake was out.
I was just thinking of Jadon. Don't you want to go watch him play?
Yeah, so to have that opportunity and to get to, for someone that might never play the course, but they can walk the grounds and watch great golf, and it's a really neat thing. for me as a person who's not from Utah, I've definitely felt very welcomed into the Utah golf community. I remember the first event, the first time I was here for the Utah Open. Getting to work with Robert MacArthur.
Yeah. So this was before Robert had retired that you
No,
came.
so Robert still is, one of the main rules official for this.
Okay.
event.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
out
Yeah.
here every year, and so working with him specifically when he was doing the rules was a really neat thing because you get some history of Riverside because he was here for so long. And, so just to meet a lot of the people from Utah that are on more of the playing side of golf and not so much just the superintendent community was a nice thing.
Chad, or excuse me, Eric, what does it mean to you to have everybody coming to your course for the Utah Open?
It really means a lot. Like Chad said, it's a time for him to showcase and his crew to showcase their handiwork. You get to see the best golfers in Utah and some from out of state come in and play the golf course how it's meant to be played. And you can see them do things that are pretty spectacular out there on this golf course. It's very fun to watch. And like Chad said, it's like a reunion every year. I was gone for 4 years. So coming back, it's really great for me to see, Devin, Annie, Aaron, all the PGA staff, and work alongside them.
What are your plans, Eric, as the GM? What are your goals for this golf, I was going to say this course, but for this club, for this organization?
Well, we started an upward trajectory years ago. So just to continue with that, support Chad and Chris on the golf side of things, and then elevate the clubhouse experience to match the golf course experience.
How do you do that?
A lot of training and hard work, giving the people the resources they need. That's my job, is to get the talent, the resources they need to succeed. And that's how you do it.
That's interesting. Because the physical facilities are intact. They're there.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
I've looked at the pool, but it looks like a nice place. I'll tell you, I know nothing about it, but certainly been in the restaurant, been in meeting rooms, all of that stuff. Real good experience there. But you're saying it comes down to the staff, to the people.
Yeah, that's the most important resource we have. We have tremendous golf course. We have a tremendous clubhouse, but the staff is the star of the show, and they're the face of the club. They're the first interaction that people have at our club. So they're the most important, in my opinion, for us, for our success and to elevate things.
Are there memberships available?
There are currently 3 memberships for sale,
Okay.
And a waiting list of, I think, 5 people. So we're in process of filling those.
Okay. All right. So if somebody's listening to this and they think, dang, that sounds good, they've got to get on a waiting list.
There's a waiting list for equity membership, but social memberships are available.
Okay.
You want to, while you're waiting on the waiting list for the equities to open up. People don't want to leave, Paul.
Hey, I do know that. I absolutely know that. I've got so many friends who are members of Riverside, and yeah, it's funny you'd say that. I think, gosh, everybody I know, they would never, ever, you'd never hear those words come out of their mouth. They're never interested in going anywhere. Well, gentlemen, I have such deep admiration and just fondness for this institution, for this club, for this golf course. I love Riverside. I think it is just absolutely one of the sparkling gems in Utah golf. And I admire what you guys have done, what you do day in, day out to make this the great course that it is. Plus, I want to give a shout to your membership for opening the facility every year for this. While the Utah Open's going on, they're not playing here. Nobody joins Riverside to not play golf. So, true. And so I do want to give a round of golf claps to the membership for supporting this event and for their willingness to open up this great facility to us come in and see
It's
it.
the only time they go on vacation.
Maybe they go on vacation this
They
yeah,
leave that
good
week. They
point.
leave for that week.
Good point, Jan. I hadn't thought of that. Anyway,
It's the only time they leave because they have to be here every week.
but it is really a spectacular golf course. And again, Chad, hats off to you and to your team. Oh, speaking of your team, before we leave, there's something else I wanted to talk to you about. This reflects on both of you guys, but Chad, you have women in leadership positions on your grounds crew doing things that really matter. And it shouldn't be an unusual thing, but it is. And I want to applaud you for that. Tell us about the women on your staff.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Yeah, so my staff currently has about 30, a third of it is women. And two of them are the assistant superintendents, Becca Fillerup and Sabrina Naulu. And they're great. They are fantastic at their job. It shouldn't be a weird thing that, we have at this course, we have so many women on the ground staff, but you're right, it is. I think it's something that the industry is starting to improve on and make headway with. The Golf Course Superintendents Association of America has been, making an effort to get more women into turf. And it definitely is a good thing. It is a huge asset to Riverside. It is a huge reason that Riverside is as good of a course as it is because of my two assistants. But not only that, just the fact that we consistently, from the time I've been here, have around 40% of our staff is women. So, and it brings a different perspective to the grounds.
Oh, no
crew.
question. For everything in my career has reiterated and reinforced and duplicated this reality. When you have women involved in the process from the beginning with decision making, authority, we'll say, but ability, you end up with a better product at the end. That's been my experience in my career straight up through this, and it absolutely matters out on the golf course as well.
It really does, for sure.
Well, hats off to both you guys, to your entire crew. Please express to your whole crew how much we admire and respect Riverside and how much we appreciate what you do. Please convey our gratitude to your membership for opening their golf course. It's Equity Golf Course. This is an Equity Club. It is their golf course, and opening it up to us for this. We're very grateful. Thank you both so very much.
Thank you. And thank you guys for all you do for Utah golf. I'm a huge fan of yours, Paul.
Thank you.
Follow you, Girls Go Golfing. Just want to say thank you for all you guys do.
Oh, we'll absolutely take that.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Okay. That is Eric Gifford, the general manager of Riverside Country Club, and Chad Severson, superintendent. Chad, Eric, thank you guys. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, Paul.
All right. We need to talk about somebody who needs some relief. Jan? I need some relief, brought to us by Duro Health. Check them out at durohealth.com, where this innovative back therapy and training system will help you swing faster, hit farther, play better, and feel better. You feel better. I do this. I go to Duro Health. I feel better when I go. Jan, let me tell you about somebody who needs some relief. That would be Tommy Fleetwood. Oh, my heck. My heart is breaking for Tommy Fleetwood.
You know what? It hurt. It hurts.
Yeah. I really.
It's hard to watch.
I thought he was going to get it done last
I know,
week.
it's just hard to watch it. Just, I mean, it's like one wheel falls off, and then the other wheel falls off, and then all of a sudden, you got no wheels.
You got no wheels.
You got no wheels.
All right. Okay, look, I'm not even going to recount the story. We all know it. I just say Tommy Fleetwood needs some relief. All right, let's talk about somebody on a Sizz. On a Sizz, brought to us by Next Level Golf. Check them out at nextlevelgolf.com. I'm going to give on a Sizz, Jan, to the entire field of the Utah Utah Open. We talked about this earlier in the show with Devin DeLynn and Craig Norman. The Utah Open field is going low, and the whole busload. A lot of low scores, but especially a shout out to Cole Ogden
That's
for his
29.
a little 29 action on the backside yesterday that featured 2 eagles on both of the par 5s on the back on 13 and 15. So Cole Ogden and the entire Utah Open field, they are on a sizz, and it just reinforces, folks, come out and watch these guys. You can do it for free. You can see the beautiful Riverside Country Club and check out some really great golf. All right, we got to take a break. When we come back on the other side, we're going to talk with Preston Pratt about a really interesting and I think important fundraiser that will be going on at Golf the Round later this week. You are listening to Utah Golf Radio, powered by T-Box on the Rocky Mountain Golf Network.
Whittingham and Utah football, Utah men's and women's basketball, marquee games in the NFL from week 1 to the Super Bowl, the biggest NBA games from the regular season to the finals, top NHL games till they lift the Stanley Cup, Major League Baseball, and the World Series. The biggest events in sports are exclusively on Utah's #1 sports talk, ESPN 700 and 92.1 FM.
Bad driving habits are hard to break, but good driving habits are easy to form, especially when they can lead to a discount on your auto insurance. With Farm Bureau Financial Services, the safer you drive, the more you save. Drivers like you are saving an average of $321 per vehicle. So buckle up, learn more, and find an agent at fbfs.com/save. Individual savings results may vary. Farm Bureau Property and Casualty Insurance Company, Western Agricultural Insurance Company.
When you see the land from a distance, you think, this should have a golf course on it. Then you get up close, and you're glad it does. Beautiful Davis County with wooded rolling hills, giving us 2 treasures of Utah golf, Davis Park and Valley View. A great place to learn or excel. Available to all, matched by none. Go to davisparkutah.com or valleyviewutah.com and make your tee time today.
At Uinta Golf by Worldwide Golf, the new Titleist T-Series irons have arrived. The new T-Series irons have a new seamless design and solid forged feel, delivering improved distance, closer proximity to the hole, and confidence to hold the green. Swing by Uinta Golf to be the first to test drive the new Titleist T-Series irons. Trusted by golfers since 1971 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Uinta Golf by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
The wait is over. Young Ford Brigham City's state-of-the-art facility is now open. We're thrilled to welcome you and your family to experience faster vehicle service and a streamlined shopping journey. From our cutting-edge amenities to our dedicated team, we're here to redefine your car buying and servicing experience. Discover the future of car buying and vehicle service at Young Ford Brigham City's new location on 1100 South. Or see our inventory online at youngfordbrigham.com. Young Ford Brigham City. Think young, drive young.
This is Utah offensive weapon Brant Keithy, and you're listening to Utah's #1 sports talk and your home of the Utes, ESPN 700.
14 days to kick off for Utah football. Right here on your home of the Utes, ESPN 700 and 92.1 FM. Presented by Outlaw Distillery. You're listening to Paul and Jan on Utah Golf Radio.
Yeah. Utah Golf Radio. Coming to you live today from Riverside Country Club, where we are here celebrating the Utah Open. Second round is underway. Simon Kwan leads by 1 after shooting a -8 64. A lot of really low rounds yesterday. A lot of really good golf being played. You can come and watch the Utah Open for free at Riverside Country Club. Come on out today and check out this golf tournament. So many great players, and they're playing well. You're going to see some good golf. We are coming to you in partnership with Utah's leading golf organizations, the Utah Golf Association, the Utah Section PGA, Fairways Media, the Utah Golf Foundation, the Utah Golf Course Superintendents Association, the Utah Junior Golf Association, and First Tee Utah. This second hour of the show is presented by Mountainland Power Equipment. Check them out at mountainlandpowerequipment.com, where you can get all of the equipment, the tools you need to do your summer jobs. Now is the time to do that. And we are powered by T-Box at tbx.golf, where they have cracked the code on the whole golfer experience with clubs, coaching, and community. Check them out at T-Box. Jan, we are joined now by Preston Pratt. Preston, good morning. Welcome to the show. We don't seem to have Preston.
Oh, I don't have Preston. He won't pick up the phone.
Okay. All right. We're going to work on
getting Preston.
Getting Preston.
And in the meantime, we can talk about.
Okay,
We can make mention of the event. Okay,
Yeah,
so
talk
the
about it,
event
please.
is at Golf the Round. It is on Saturday, August 23rd from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is a charity type event. It's going to be virtual golf played in the simulators on Top Tracer simulators. You guys are going to be playing the back nine of Pebble Beach. And there will be dinner included as well as fun contests. And this is all to help Hayden Farley. So Hayden Farley would like to get back into golf, and this is a way for us to help him get back into golf. And Christian Scott from Golf the Round is putting on this wonderful fundraiser on Saturday, August 23rd at Golf the Round. Again, it's from 7 to 9 p.m. I believe you go to golftheround.com and you can register there as well and register your team. There's 4-person teams available. They also have the team available in Premium Bay. So you can go regular Bay or you can go Premium Bay. And all of this is to help Hayden Farley.
Tell us a little bit about Hayden Farley. He is a pardon me, I'm trying to do different things.
I know you are. I don't know much about Hayden Farley, so I need that information from you. Yes.
He is a college golfer who has contracted. He was playing in college. He's from Tooele. He has contracted MS.
Oh, that's right. Okay, it is to help him and help him with his MS. So it is more than just getting back into golf. It's for his health as well.
And in addition, it is he is. We're trying to raise money to get a verticart for him because he's not able to stand on his own.
Okay, so this is similar to Max Tagasala's chair.
Yes, it is. It isn't similar to. It is.
It is. So he is kind of in the seated adaptive.
Yes. And so anyway. So we're trying to raise money at Golf the Round for Hayden Farley to get one of these carts, and they're expensive. They cost around $30,000.
These are as much as a car.
Yes, they are. They are absolutely as much as a car.
But what it does for the player, the freedom that it gives them to be able to play on the course and to be able to still play the game that they love is priceless.
It is at that, and the event will be next Saturday on the 24th at 23rd. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
At Golf the Round, and it will be it will be in the bays. And so you've played in the bays there.
I have before, and I've actually played Pebble Beach in the bay. Is exactly like they're going to do next Saturday. So they'll play in the bays. They'll load up the back nine of Pebble Beach, and you will be able to play there.
Okay, we have Preston Pratt with us now. Preston, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Paul. I apologize. I don't know what was going on. The call wasn't coming through, but I'm so glad I was able to get on the show today.
Well, Preston, we've tried to stumble our way through explaining the event, but let's turn it over to the expert. Tell us all about this event to raise money for Hayden Farley.
Yeah, so first of all, Hayden is a local golfer and actually a collegiate golfer that resides out in Tooele, Utah. And he has kind of had a battle with MS. It kind of started around 2008 during his collegiate career out at in Hawaii Pacific University. So it progressed really quickly, kind of lost use of some of his mobility during that time. And what we're trying to do is raise some funds to get him kind of back playing the game again. So the Stand and Play Foundation has a VertiCat golf cart that allows him to still play this great game and still, stand and be mobile and things like that to do so. So that's what we're really trying to do. He's worked kind of locally at a lot of our golf courses around this state, at Overlake and at Ochre Hills Golf Course. Also some golf courses out in St. George. So this was earlier on before kind of MS took a lot of his mobility. And this has kind of given him a new lease on life. So we've got a great tournament planned to kind of assist with helping with some of the funds for that VertiCat machine. It's at Golf in the Round. And I don't know if any of you guys have gone to Golf in the Round, but it's a great local range that has Top Tracer technology. So we are able to do this tournament virtually, and you'll be able to play a virtual golf course on that tournament. It's actually going to be at Pebble Beach Golf Course. So
nice.
Kind of a great opportunity to play that golf course for a great cause and help Hayden out.
What do people need to do to sign up for this?
All right. So this is going to be Saturday, August 23rd at Golf in the Round, which is 600 West and 33rd South in Salt Lake City. And there's, if you do search Hope for Hayden Golf on Facebook, there's a QR code and some flyers that are going around, but also you can call 415-481-2596, and they can get you set up there. Also, I know you probably can call Golf in the Round if needed to get directions on where to call on that as well. But again, that's 415-481-2596.
Okay. And can people sign up at Golf the Round? Like in the pro shop there?
Yes, they'll get you directed. There's actually a QR code on all of the flyers that are going around as well, but they get you directed on where to go to sign up as well.
Okay. All right. Very good. Well, Preston, thank you so much for joining us, and we appreciate everything you are doing to make this work and to help this good man be able to continue to play the game.
Yeah, really, it's like I said, giving him a whole new lease on life with that, and we would love to help him get in one of those carts and get him back out on the course again. So,
all right, thank you so much. That is Preston Pratt, Jan, and it is
on the website for Golf the Round is golftheround.com.
Yeah, okay, good point. Thank you so much for that. It is so hard to see some of the struggles that people have and the things that they deal with. And yet at the same time, it is so impressive and gratifying that, that they are able to do what they need to do in order to play the game. It is really impressive to see to see all this come about.
Absolutely. It's a great cause.
All right. We of course we had a Jed X Jug champion last week, and that was the Fresh family, Andrew Fresh and his two daughters, Taylor and Brooke. And we weren't able to get Taylor and Brooke on the phone last week, but we want to do that. And we want, of course, to celebrate the Jed X with a little Jed X theme music.
Come listen to a story about a pro named Jed, a poor three-putter. He had bogeys in his head. And then one day he was shooting at the green. Got the worst dang bounce anybody ever seen. Left, that is, short-sighted. in the rough.
The JetX Jug, brought to us by our good friends at First Utah Bank. Check them out at firstutahbank.com. Stop in at any of their branches in the Salt Lake Valley. First Utah Bank. We are joined now by Brooke Fresh and Taylor Fresh, the JetX champions. Brooke, Taylor, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
We're so glad to have you with us. You guys, of course, are the champs.
Now, each one of you picked your own player. So, Brooke, who did you pick?
I think I picked Fishburne.
You picked Patrick Fishburne.
Yeah, this is a team of Christian Bezudenhout, Patrick Fishburne, and Rasmus Højgaard. And Brooke, so you and each of Brooke and Taylor and Andrew picked a player.
So, Brooke, what made you pick Fish?
I thought his last name was pretty cool.
His last name is pretty cool. I you know what? That's a good reason to pick him. I mean, but he's also from, Utah and stuff.
Did you know that he was a Utah player when you picked him, Brooke?
My dad told me that after I picked him, and I thought that was also.
Oh, that was good timing.
Yeah, that's great. Look, I have Fishburne on my team too.
I did too.
So he was a great pick, and he ended up, of course, getting a lot of points for you because he had finished 95th in the FedEx Cup regular season, and so that's 95 points there. Taylor, who did you pick?
I picked Christian.
Why did you pick him?
I don't really know. I thought that his last name was pretty
hard to
cool
say.
So.
So both went with last names. One Fish because it's cool, and then I'm with you, Taylor. I'm a huge fan of saying Bezudenhout.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say I'm down with this pick, Taylor. Bezudenhout.
No, I want to hear
Don't
you
you just
say
want
it.
to say
I want to say. I want to hear you say it,
yeah.
Taylor.
Christian Bezudenhout.
There you go.
Yeah, she nails it. Okay, very good. Do you know anything about him?
Not really, no.
He's a South African player, plays on the European tour and gets over to the PGA Tour enough during the course of the year that he ends up being on their list. So he's available to be a JetX player, and he's a good player, and he did really well too. 76 points for you, and that really is the trick to this game, is getting three players who will score points. But Christian Bezudenhout, Patrick Fishburne, and Rasmus Højgaard. What does it mean to you girls that you are the JetX champs?
I think it's really fun.
Did you have fun playing the game?
I agree. Yep. Every week our dad would update us on what our position was.
That's part of the fun of the whole game is the weekly update, because it's so volatile that you never know from one week to the next who's going to be in and who's going to be out. It's super fun. We're super glad you guys played with us. That was awesome. For your first time playing the JetX Jug, you won the JetX Jug.
The JetX Jug.
On your first try.
Which, and the jug.
That's hard to do.
The jug itself is a ceramic moonshine jug. And so, girls, I want you to know that I did ping your parents and say, hey, is it okay with you that I give your girls, your minor daughters,
a moonshine
jug? And they're okay with it. So do you have a special place that you're going to display your JetX jug?
Yeah, definitely. Thinking about putting it in our living room.
Oh, you mean prime real estate?
Nice.
Not private real estate in the bedroom. Prime real estate in the living room.
Let everybody see it. And and Jan, I'm seeing it now. I'm catching the vision.
Myself.
Yeah, spotlights and maybe a
little rope around it.
Yeah, you can see, but you can't touch. And I know,
pedestal.
Girls. A pedestal, you got to have a nice little pedestal for it. And how about just on a loop, a recording of some angels singing?
Okay. What do you think, girl?
Have I captured it? Or is that where you're going?
Yeah, definitely.
I think
I'm glad we
okay.
captured that for us.
All right. Well, congratulations. Thank you for playing. And to me, the best thing you said is it's fun to play.
Yep.
I love that you guys played. Thank you for doing it. But I'm really happy that you had fun with it. And
now you have to come back. You're going to come back as defending champions.
champs. Oh, one other question. Does this go on your resume?
Definitely.
It could. Well, I mean, if it's a golf resume, then yes.
Okay. JetX champ. Taylor Fresh, Brooke Fresh, thank you so much for joining us and congratulations. You are the JetX Jug champions.
Thank you so much for having us.
Okay. That's fun. Brooke Fresh, Taylor Fresh. Yeah, and that's kind of fun.
It is much fun. Mucho grande fun.
And we should note, I know these girls pretty well. They're first tee kids, and they've been with us for a long time since they were 10 or 11 or whatnot.
So
they're both in high school
learned
now.
a little bit from you, Paul.
I hope.
Yeah, a little bit about Utah golf, a little bit about golf in general. So yeah, that's pretty good.
But they are terrific people, really, really good kids, and their parents, Andrew and Jennifer, just wonderful. So it's fun to see them play and have fun with it, and it's fun to see them win. And folks, we will tee up the JetX Jug again next season, but that puts a wrap on the JetX for this year. It's awfully lot of fun, and we really appreciate the good folks at First Utah Bank making it all possible and bringing it to you. All right. Holy cow. What's next, Jan?
Paul, you know what's next?
I do. It's the What's Next segment. We're going to brought to us by the Utah Golf Association. Stick around on the other side. We're going to talk about things coming up next in the Utah game. You are listening to Utah Golf Radio, powered by T-Box on the Rocky Mountain Golf Network.
Every Monday, you'll have a practice quiz. Every Wednesday, you'll have a real quiz. Every Friday, you'll have an exam. And anytime I feel like it, you'll have a surprise quiz or exam.
OC's got questions he needs answered.
I put the poll question out today. I put a couple poll questions out on the old tweet machine. Let me ask you this question.
Be part of the show on social media. Follow us on Twitter at ESPN700 and at Wheel OC Sports.
At Uinta Golf by Worldwide Golf, the new Titleist T-Series irons have arrived. The new T-Series irons have a new seamless design and solid forged feel, delivering improved distance, closer proximity to the hole, and confidence to hold the green. Swing by Uinta Golf to be the first to test drive the new Titleist T-Series irons. Trusted by golfers since 1971 and home of the legendary 90-day satisfaction guarantee. Uinta Golf by Worldwide Golf. Get there.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Salt Lake City will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 801-263-7777. That's 801-263-7777. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Come with me to Talon's Cove. You'll love this place. The host of several professional and amateur championships. It's a beautiful link-style course on the shores of Utah Lake. It's fun, fair, and challenging. It's also the perfect place for your event, banquet, or wedding, with all the facilities to make your day special and get that perfect picture. To learn more, call Kareem at 801-407-3030. That's 801-407-3030. Or go to talonscove.com.
TP here. Catch me in the Danettes weekdays. We start at 7 on Utah's #1 sports talk, ESPN 700, 92.1 FM, and the Utah ESPN Radio Network.
You're listening to Utah Golf Radio.
What's next? What's next? And I'm saying, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? And I'm saying, what's next? Sir, when I ask what's next, it means I'm ready to move on to other things. So, what's next?
Yeah. Utah Golf Radio. Coming to you live from Riverside Country Club. We are here for the Utah Open. And Jan, what's next is what's now. It is the Utah Open.
Get your butt down here and watch some good golf. That's all we got to say.
I was trying to say that in a nice way.
Oh no, I think we've been nice. We've
been nice.
invited.
No more.
No
more nice.
Yeah, we've been inviting you kindly and nicely all day. Now it's just get your butt down here and watch some good golf.
Come down.
More importantly, it is FREE. That's the best price in town.
Free is a good deal.
Yeah,
And
it works out for most people.
So here's how it works, folks. You drive to Riverside, you park your car, and then you walk out onto the course. and you go see, there's a tee sheet here. You can figure out who you want to go see. And you get to go on this beautiful, wonderful golf course. This is just one of my favorite places. I love Riverside.
And it's not super hot today, so it's
a very nice day.
And the walk is really nice. It's kind of flat, so it's nice.
Pretty flat. It's down in the river bottoms on the Provo River, which it was funny earlier in the show when Eric Gifford was talking about the rocks.
That's why.
Riverside. You're on a river rock.
You're on a river.
So anyway, this is such a pleasant walk and such a beautiful golf course. Lots of trees. There's lots of shade if you're looking for it.
I do like that. That is a sign of a good golf course to me, is mature trees.
Yeah,
and only for the shade.
Let's take a look at the leaderboard again. Simon Kwan leads at -864 after round one of this 54-hole tournament. Cole Ogden and Zach Johnson are in their T2, one shot back at -765. At T4, the 66s, there's Brandon Robinson, Brady McKinley, Kihei Akina, and then a whole bunch at -567. Matt Baird, Blake Tomlinson, Zach Jones, Spencer Wallace, Noah Schoen, and Boston Bracken. A whole bunch of 67s there. All of those players, and this is interesting and probably not an accident, all of those players leading the leaderboard, with the exception of Matt Baird, who is out on the course. He's just played one hole so far, so he's just getting his round underway. But all of the top players on the leaderboard, Jan, were in the morning wave yesterday. So they will be playing in the afternoon today. And when I say it, what's interesting about that is the traffic affects the play, you know, and with the when you play later in the day, the greens get a little more traffic on them. And so all of the really, really great rounds yesterday were from in the morning wave, and they're going to get the afternoon
to see what
wave
happens,
today.
how that literally rolls out.
Yes, exactly. And one of the things that we will see here is that the all of these great players, they're going to be here in the afternoon for you folks. If you're thinking, oh, wow, maybe I do want to go down to Riverside today, got to run some errands or whatnot. When you come down, you're going to see great, great players. All right. So Utah Open and completes goes today and Sunday, tomorrow, 54 holes. Some other things here coming up in the Utah game. Black Desert stay and play deals are going on right now. T-Box 30 for 30 memberships are going on right now. That's always fun.
Yep.
Jan, you've got a Girls Go Golfing event
we do,
coming up September 12th.
Yep.
Tell us about that.
September 12th. It's in the events page on the Facebook for Girls Go Golfing. We're going to be playing Forest Dale. So please join us. You can get all the information on Facebook, Girls Go Golfing.
Okay, Forest Dale, Girls Go Golfing. And look, folks, the Girls Go Golfing thing, it's a safe place for the girls to be at. Okay.
Yeah, all skill levels, all ages.
And we do want to give a little update here on the leaderboard. Kihei Akina has been out there this morning. He is, oh my land, today's -5.
Oh my gosh.
Through 7 holes. He is lighting it up. Kihei Akina has taken the lead. He is at -11.
Wow.
All right.
It's going to be fun.
So thank you so much for being with us today. We got to put a bow on the show. We do appreciate you listening to the show. And thank you to everybody who was on with us today. This is Paul Pugmire saying, don't jab it like Jan.
Jan Brownstein reminded you to chug it, don't pug it.
Good advice always. Please fix your ball marks, replace your divots. And for Andy Curtis, don't spit sunflower seeds on the green.
Stop it.
You are listening to Utah Golf Radio, powered by T-Box on the Rocky Mountain Golf Network.
Want to listen to Utah's #1 sports talk from home? Just simply say,
Thank
"Hey
you,
Alexa,
Martin.
play
Good
ESPN
job.
700," or "Hey Google."
Hey,
play
Martin, send me
ESPN
the
700.
show tapes in
Utah's
exactly
best
the same
sports
way
talk,
you did the
Utah
second ones
football
last
and
week. Those are
basketball,
perfect.
all on your smart
Yes, sir.
speaker
I'll
at
do it right
home.
now.
Stay connected at home or on the
Thanks.
go with Utah's
Guys, I'll
#1
do it
sports talk.
All right.
Thanks, Paul.
See ya.
See you later. Let's take headphones so I can record commercials.